Good day, everyone. I'm Pastor Loranda LeDrew. Welcome back after the weekend. First, I want to give you the gospel, which can be found in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 1 to 4. Well, it's Monday, everyone, and we are back at it here again with more reports. I can't say that the weekend was a quiet one. There was a lot going on. In Russia is on the move again, and the UK says that it will be sending tanks and planes to Ukraine. Russia has stated that if this happens, this takes place, they will burn them right in Ukraine where they are. Guys, well, it seems that Ukraine is a staging point for the Middle East war, and that leads to World War III. He is warning Britain that if they send weaponry to the UK, he will burn them. Britain said Saturday that it will send 14 of its Challenger 2 main battle tanks to Ukraine and other artillery. Putin warns them not to, as he says that he will destroy every one of them. The war is rising over in the Middle East, and Ukraine becomes the staging grounds. But now Britain has entered the war, ramping up heavy fighting, and the threats grow daily. Russia now recognizes Britain as a legitimate target for them, as he announced on state television this past weekend. And they also stated that they will wipe out Britain. Now, I made a personal Facebook page post probably a week or so ago, stating something along the lines that the UK, something will happen in the UK that will cause the water to become poison, and about 70,000 people will die. Well, that looks like that's getting closer by the day. But a Russian TV anchor, Gurdovich, stated that if there was no London, we would have victory over Britain. And he said that London should be wiped off the face of the earth. Now, this is a television anchor that tells you what the mentality is of this war. That's pretty heavy comments, and but it looks like that's the path that they're on anyway. Germany is also in on this war, and it said that it will also send its best tanks called Leopard 2 to Ukraine. This war is getting worse and is ramping up quickly, with many huge key players becoming involved. Guys, this is World War III, and it's in the early stages. It was like in stage 1 of 3. Now it's starting to enter into stage 2. And it's prophecy in days, and end days are upon us, no doubt there. So let's see what happens in Ukraine in the next, say, 7 to 10 days or so. It looks like that if Britain and Germany sends their tanks, planes, and artillery to Ukraine, Putin is going to go in after them, and which may lead directly right over to sending some missiles over in Britain and them areas. So, well, we shall see what happens. I mean, we are living in the last days. The prophecy tells us all about this and what is going to happen. And there's no doubt there. We can see this happening daily. This war that's taking place, that's right now in the Ukraine, all the main characters are aligning to take place in this biblical war that will lead directly to Israel. So, guys, this war that is taking place right now, I mean, that's Ukraine is just a staging ground for that. Israel is the main goal. So this is what they will go after over what seems to be a short period of time. So anyway, guys, people, get right with the Lord. There's no time to be playing with your salvation with all this that's going on. I mean, the missile can be sent here and there, anywhere. worldwide right now, and things can happen fairly quickly. So I suggest you get right with the Lord. Well, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, are currently having meetings, and I'm sure that is full of evil intent as they plan their schemes and how to create the demise of many and how to bring in a new world order and a great reset, all a part, of course, of the rise of the beast system, again, all biblical. Now, apparently, George Soros has tweeted out that he will not be participating in this meeting, and so did Klaus Schwab. And I mean, we know that Klaus Schwab is what they call the it of the snake. So this tells some experts who's looking, is keeping track of those meetings and things and what goes on, that there is something much bigger taking place right now. I mean, obviously Soros and Klaus Schwab knows exactly what's going on in those meetings and what's being said and everything else. But they right now will not be attending those meetings. So it's expected and suspected, I guess we can say, that something bigger is taking place somewhere, and they're putting their time into that. So, and we know that Klaus Schwab has come out a little while ago and said that he want things to ramp up. They need to be sped up because this Agenda 2030 needs to take place before it originally is planned to do so. So they want to get that moving along faster. So obviously there is something taking place. Over the weekend, guys, 68 people have died in a plane crash in Nepal. It was a group of tourists taking a flight to their tourist locations. As they were landing at around 10:50 a.m. local time, the plane began to take a nosedive and fell to the ground, killing all 68 passengers on board and crew members. Sad situation, folks. That's just how fast things can happen. We just leave this world very unexpectedly. This world is not going to get any better, and I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it, regardless if you want to hear it or not. We are running out of time. I was listening to Pastor Paul, and he said that there has been a phone located where a guy was taking a video, and he was showing, them in the sky, showing the video of out the window and things like that. And they were all seemed to be laughing and having fun. And then all of a sudden the plane tipped a little. And he said it didn't seem to bother them too much at first. People was just still carrying on their conversations. And then all of a sudden it seemed to kind of take a nosedive. And you heard people screaming and yelling and things like that. It became a bit chaotic, I guess, when they realized that, okay, this is not normal, to something else taking place there. So they ended up falling into a gorge, and all 68 passengers on board has been killed. And they do have the video of the inside the plane, what was actually taking place. So pretty sad situation. I mean, just a group of people just going out to enjoy their day, doing some sightseeing and on their tourist trip and things like that. And all of a sudden, their life is ended. So, I mean, we are not promised our next breath. So people be ready at all times. In the world that we are living in right now, yeah, it's getting pretty bad out there. So, and another article, Fukushima, Japan, has announced that they are going to be releasing billions of gallons of highly radioactive water into the ocean. No way can that ever be good, guys. All the sea life and the people that's going to be affected is unbelievable. My question is, how are they getting away with doing this? Who comes up with these plans to do such thing? And what about all this environmental carbon footprint thing and global warming and the pollution of our planet? Where's all that at? Like when all this is taking place, they complain with the local residents globally just for doing some silly little things, driving up the street in their vehicles, and yet they're going to dump highly radioactive water into the oceans. I mean, How do people get away with this? Like, what's the sense in that? I, I don't know. It's unbelievable. Anyway, guys, the Vatican has announced that they are exhausted. They have. We all know that the Vatican and has been performing exorcisms for many years, and right now they are so swamped with getting calls worldwide that people is requesting the priest and everything, in the Catholic system, and that they are so exhausted because uh, there seems to be so much demonic activity taking place that they're being called to perform exorcisms globally. It's it's crazy. They have, it's even to the point where they have called upon the Protestant churches, the pastors and ministers and that, to join in and help them. Anybody to help pray over the people and to give them some sort of relief. I mean, we know in the last days that the demons will be released up on the earth and things like that. And it's certainly in force right now. And it's pretty bad when the Vatican is calling upon um, others to come in on, and the Protestant churches and that, to come in and give them a hand. I mean, it's bad. It's going to come to a point where no matter what church you are or denomination you are, everybody's going to recognize there's one God, there's one Christ. We all have to come together in unity, no matter what a name we put over our head, as in religion wise or whatever. We have to realize that we are all one in Christ, and that it's going to get to the point where no matter what religion you class yourself as, it all comes down to one God. And we have to serve him, and we have to all come together in unity to defeat the evil. So yeah, well, it's happening, it's taking place, and so anyway, guys, that's a few updates. I'm not going to be here long. I'm just going to come and do some few short videos from day to day to keep you all updated. I'll be back if anything urgent comes up. And if you need a Bible, again, contact us. It'll be, the address and everything will be in a description box. We will send you we will send you a Bible anywhere in the world free of charge to you. So that's it for today, guys. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know. And if you feel you need to chat or whatever, we can contact me by email. The email will be below, and we can set up a date and a time and to meet. So whatever would be best for both of us, I guess, availability wise, and we can chat from there. Anyway, that's it for me today. See you all again soon, and take care, everyone. It's a crazy world out there. Get right with the Lord.